In this video, we will talk about how we were able to book 3,000 highly qualified appointments over LinkedIn in the last 2 years. And in the last 30 days, we were able to book 70 booked appointments. And what kind of like a process or SOPs that we follow week by week whenever we start with a new profile, what kind of a conversation flows that we follow. I'm going to go jump directly into my calendar. One of my clients' calendars, so as you can see here, Win Mason Arabia. This client is in Riyadh, but this is one of the clients. We have hundreds of clients in our CRM that we are providing services to. Now, this is the October month, and this is what's happening in our client's calendar, like a red, blue, the follow-up calls, the new calls, and in the September, as you can see, and then in August, and in July, and I'm going to share like how many connections we send and how we are able to book 1 to 2 qualified appointments for our client. So what SOPs that we follow? So let's start with our very first thing is going to be the goal. The primary objective of working with us is to help you book appointments with highly qualified people, and then you're going to talk about what ideal audience that you want to target. So the ideal audience in our client scenario, for example, it could be consultants, coaches, contractors, owners, CEOs, CFOs, all of the executives kind of like a positions. And then we sit down with the client, and then they actually give us the complete list of the titles that they want to target, and they also want to even tell them what companies executives they want to target. So they create the complete list, and we sit down with them, we show them the LinkedIn profile, and then we search the people for them, and then we also find out the old searches that they were targeting before, or they were interested and they have done the business with, and then the title they want to specifically target, and what people they don't want to target, what people they call them a disqualified people, and then extra searches like what other people like operations director, climate control specialist, like these kind of like a people they also want to target. So first of all, we create this ideal audience sheet first of all, and then what we actually do is that we start building the connections with them. But how we do that, how we approach them week by week, we're going to talk about it later. But the second most important thing that we do with the client is first of all talk about what is the target area. So for example, if my client is in Riyadh or in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai or in California, so that client needs to tell us what specifically area, or might be, for example, like we are working in one of our company in the US. They have like 200 clients and they're providing services nationwide, and they have the most of the clients in California, like 43 clients. So we're going to target the California first because that's where where our clients is having the most success. And how we do that? So what would be the week by week progress looks like? So whenever we start doing the progression, we want to make sure that we build the strong connections. So once we know our ideal audience and we know our target area, the very first week, what we actually do is that we work on creating the communication part and the document training that we create for our setters that we hire for you guys. So whenever because this how this process works is that very first of all, we are having the world's biggest LinkedIn prospecting team. We have over 150 appointment setters currently who book appointments for our clients and for our own businesses as well. And we connect whenever we onboard a new client, we create the new profiles, we hire the new setters for them, and then we start building them up. And how we do that, like for example, even if you want to do the prospecting from your own account and it's completely new and the LinkedIn is completely new for you guys, then what you need to do is then in the very first week, what we do in our company is that we connect new profile with the 2 new members daily. It actually helps them stabilize the profile, because whenever you create a new profile, you can't connect with many people. You would like LinkedIn actually spams you, consider you as a spammer. Then secondly, you can't react to a lot of people because you don't have a lot of audience. And then thirdly, the problem that we actually usually see is that LinkedIn actually restricts your account, especially the new account. They actually verify your identity. So to stop that, whenever a new account establishes, we actually send out 150 connection requests to that profile, and then tell our new setter is to only connect with 2 profiles a day. And why we do that, I'm going to discuss it in detail in a later part. But the second thing that we actually create for our client is the conversation flow. So what that conversation flow looks like, let me go in depth about the conversation flow. So this document, it's a very in depth that we create for our clients, but the very first thing, the note is important. Right now, LinkedIn, you can't send the connection request to more than 5 people with a note. So you can send up to 15 to 20 connection requests in a day. But to do that, you only need to send 5 notes. That's it. More than 5 notes, you can't do that. As of now, 30th October 2024, this is an update. But what we actually do is that we create the note that actually gets our very first yes for our client. So it's it is customized for every new client, what kind of offer or how we can generate the appointment for them. So this is kind of like a one note that I'm sharing with you for one client. And then for the different client, we have a different kind of flow. So we have a team that actually builds the really good conversation flows or types of flows, and then we split test between our team because we actually had a bunch of appointment setters for our client, and then for the very first 5 setters, we actually give the different conversation flow and then the different node, and then the rest of the 5-10 people, we give the variety of different nodes to find out which node actually create the curiosity and start the conversation with our ideal audience. So greeting from Win Mason. I noticed you have a strong presence in the area or in the industry. So that just to personalize things up. And our IDEX system guarantees 85% energy savings. Let's team up for the sustainable and cost-effective solutions, cooling solutions ready for a chat. So it's a very small, like a short and concise, clear message, a note. And then there's another version of it, like, hey, I noticed you have a strong presence in the climate industry or in the whatever, like in the restaurant, and I want to reach out to see if you might be able to help me with something. And I would say, oh, okay, what is that? And then that person actually checks out your profile. So if your profile, if that's kind of like a services your ideal audience want, then that person will respond back with, yes, what's the thing that you want the help with? And then we actually send out the next flow message. Hey, I want to bring your attention to Win Mason, a trailblazer in cooling and refrigeration. Our IDEX system guarantees. So then we ask them, we actually ask them about the call to action. We ask them about, like, would they be interested further about learning more about it? Hey, so for example, another message, hey, I would like to discuss how Win Mason can elevate your cooling infrastructure and contribute to significant energy savings. Let's schedule a call to explore the possibilities. So now our ideal audience, the client that we want to target for our client, is knows what we do, how we work in the commercial and industrial sector. And if that person is interested in learning more about how we can help that business, we actually push them for an appointment. So that's the conversation flow. And then we actually send the calendar link. And then there are a lot of, like, even if we have a template, how it looks like. So I'm going to go in depth about the conversation flow in the next video. But in this video, let's go back to our week 1. So we connect with 2 members daily. We observe and understand the conversation flow. Secondly, we review their training materials that we actually craft for our clients, like LinkedIn prospecting videos. We actually, when we hire the setters, we do each and everything, like how they can find out the ideal audience over the LinkedIn, what kind of like a secret sauce we are having, how to approach directly the CEOs, CFOs, and how to send the notes in a way that they actually react and they actually become curious about our services. And then the third most important thing is that we report, like as you can see here, how we are able and how we are so much successful with back-to-back months and appointments is because we keep track of everything in our company. So for example, whenever you start working with us, we actually find out like how you are doing the prospecting. So for every appointment setter that we hire, we actually get their LinkedIn profile URL and we do an audit, like if it's structured in a good way. Then we ask them about who they are targeting today, how many months they have worked with us. So to analyze if the profile, if the LinkedIn account of our setter is actually doing a good job over the LinkedIn and growing as well. And then we also find out like how many connections or total connections of the profile is, so that if that profile is progressing in the right manner, is having the good acceptance ratio. Plus, what we actually do is that we also find out like how many connection requests they have a setter sent today, how many new conversation initiated, how many follow-ups are being made, how many number of positive responses they have received, how many number of appointments they have booked, number of groups joined today, how many engagement performed with consultants or the ideal audience, and did you repost, like, comment the client's post. So we ask them because this is very much important, because we need to be very engaging on the LinkedIn. Once we do that, this is very much important because this is how we structure the back end, and we find out like how many in the month of March, how many connection requests we have sent, like 972 collectively we send out the connection requests in the month of March. How many connections got accepted? So 408. It's almost like around 30-35%. And then how many positive responses we have got in the month of March? 32. How many appointments we have booked? 9. And then 4 leads. And how many appointments showed up? 6. So now this is very much important, is once, as you can see in the March, 972 connection requests, we then, because now we have more stabilized profiles, we increase it to 2,700 connections in a first in 3 months, March, April, May, and then 2,750 connections sent, 699 conversation initiation accepted, like the 700 conversation we started, and then we got 163 positive responses, and we booked 38 appointments out of those positive responses. So we keep piling up these positive responses. You can see 32, 81, 163. So all of these people, they are interested, but they haven't booked an appointment yet, and we're going to keep them in our loop. We keep providing the value, we keep sharing the content with them, and then we keep asking them when is the best time that they can connect with us, and when the time is right, we book an appointment. So as you can see, 9 appointments in the month of March, then 18, and then 38, and then 27 appointments showed up. So we work on showed up rate as well. So that's how actually reporting, we actually keep track of everything on a back end, and then we present this to a client and we analyze the numbers, what's working, what's not, what's the average appointment acceptance ratio or showed up ratio we are getting. And then so for some people we're getting 80%, for some people we're getting 60, 70, and then we set up the email marketing for them, we set up the text marketing for them, and then we retarget that, set up the retargeting ads for them. So kind of like a bunch of stuff that we do, and it's one of the part of the whole thing, and that's we do for our own business as well. We do the reporting, but remember, this week is about learning. This is what we tell to our setters. Avoid rushing, as account stability is the key, because this is the most important part. Whenever you start a new account, you need to do that. Then in the week 2, what we actually do is that we expand our network and engagement. Then we start sending 2 connection requests to our team members, because we need to also send the connection request to our team members as well, just to share, because this is the very much important part about the LinkedIn, is that if you're sending 10 connection requests and if your 8 or 9 appointments are not accepted by the ideal audience, then LinkedIn actually flags your account. And this is very much important, that whatever the connections that you're sending, they must be very right profiles who are actually relating to your audience. So for example, if you are someone who is a coder, but you are sending the connection request to all of the restaurant owners for no reason, and they don't see the value in your account, then the LinkedIn would flag your account. And I'm just telling you a very general example, but more specifically, like for example, when we work with clients and they're not getting results over the LinkedIn, and then if we do the find out, the audit, or even our own setters, when they don't produce the results, and when we find out, we find out that they are actually not targeting the CEOs, but they're targeting assistants. They're targeting the employees. They're not targeting the owners. They're not targeting the people who are decision makers. So when they're not targeting the right people, they're not coming up on the appointment. So connection ratio is good, conversation is good, but they're not coming up on a call. And even if they come up on a call, they're not the right fit. So that's the problem, and that's what we jump in and find out what's how we can improve the results for our clients. So, and then we send out the 3 requests to the consultants or the owners or the CEOs daily, and we continue reviewing resources, because this is very much important, is that whenever we work with client, might be the conversation flow is not good. We improve that. We split test, might be we need to review the strategy about connections and the target audience as well. So we keep sitting down with having sessions with our clients and keep reviewing the resources that we are providing to our clients. And as I've just told you, like 30th October, it was not happening in June or in March, that you can't send more than 5 connections without a note. So now there's a limit. You can't send more than 5 connection requests with a note. So this is a new update. So we need to keep updating our resources that we are doing with our sellers and for our clients. And we actually review, report daily activity, prioritize immediate responses, and then we start engaging. Now we are between week 3 to 4, we start doing not 3 connection requests, but now we are doing 5 connection requests per day. And then we start engaging with their posts, and then we repost relevant content and maintain consistency in our online presence. And week 5 and beyond, what we actually do is that we expand to 10 connection requests, and then we just increase it to 15 and 20 maximum. We don't exceed more than 15 or 20. And then we start increasing the engagement. We use the ChatGPT, and then I'll definitely share with you that how we were able to double our results through LinkedIn and through ChatGPT, like what kind of customized engagement that we started doing with our clients. And rather we asking for an appointment, clients started asking for our calendar and started giving us their availability because they were interested, because the way we were actually engaging our clients. So we actually start going and joining the groups relevant to our target area and actively seek prospects within these groups. There's a complete group prospecting as well that I'm going to cover in the next videos. So this is what we do week 5 and beyond, and the consistency is the key to building trust, expanding your network, and successfully booking appointment. So if you're interested in implementing these processes in your business, and you are interested in getting this kind of like appointments and having this calendar, you want to fill up your calendar with such kind of like a highly qualified appointments for your business, and if you want to grow like our other 200-300 clients, and also you want to like reach out to 2,700 people, ideal audience, in just 1 month, and if we can compile these 3 months results, it is like 6,000 decision makers that you are reaching out, and your team is reaching out on your client's behalf, building your brand, and then getting like 1,500 positive responses out of it, and then a lot of booked appointments. Then just reach out, and just in the description or in my LinkedIn account, you would be having a calendar link. You can schedule a call with our team, and we can implement this system in your business as well. So do subscribe, like, and comment if you find that this video is helpful for you. And I'm going to keep sharing what we're doing on the back end, and we'll keep recording the trainings for you guys so that you can also book 10 to 20 or 30 appointments a month for your own business and grow your business, and use LinkedIn as a growth tool for your business. Thank you.